this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. In today's tutorial, we're going to be making a Father's Day card. It can be also a man card. It can be a happy birthday, something that is more masculine. And sometimes it's not easy to find something that is going to please men because usually they don't like the blings, or when it's too charged, you know, you've got too many things on them. So I came up with this, and you're going to see it's very simple. If you're a card maker and you're a beginner, this is going to be perfect because usually beginners don't have a lot of materials, and you're going to see this one is so simple. I've only used one stamp here. The stamp is I love you, and you could even you don't have to have the stamp. Actually, you can even right-hand it yourself. And don't tell me you don't have a nice handwriting, because I'm sure that for your dad it's going to be just fine. You can also print it. And it's going to be about printing, actually. So for this idea, and of course, if you don't like this boat, you can replace this by any other image of your choice. I have just printed out some nice pictures. And here it's just a picture of a boat, because I know that a lot of men like to travel, and even though this could have been for my father, I don't have my father anymore, but this image would have been perfect for him because he loves traveling. He used to love traveling, and this is an invitation for traveling. So when you know the person, it's easier to find a subject that might please that person. It could be some sport, maybe it could be hockey, golf, tennis, fishing, whatever. So you're just going to print out the image like the image you like, and I would recommend cutting it or printing it out at least 3 or 4 times, because we're going to be layering different pieces of this image on the card. So it's going to be stacking up pieces of that image that we've cut out. I hope you'll be able to see it. I have a very small screen on my camera, so you see there's 1, 2, 3. There's actually three layers on this card, and maybe you don't see it in the camera, but it's in real life it shows really well. And I have put just 2 embellishments here and there to remind the theme of my boat. So let's get started. First, what you're going to do is print out an image, and here I just made a mistake. I saw that. I'm going to have to redo it, but I think it's better to print it out at least on some heavy cardstock. This here is photo paper. It's glossy, and I forgot to put the right paper in. So this is too flimsy if you want to have dimension and something that's going to stay in place. I would recommend having either heavy cardstock or photo paper, whether it's glossy or not. That's totally up to you. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now, and I'll be back with the right paper. Alright, I've got my material ready, and I'm going to show you what you will need. So again, your image printed at least 3, maybe to 4 times. You are going to need some inks. I just used 2 colors for my background, which are yellow and blue. I'm using Distress inks. You will be needing, of course, some ink applicators. I'm also going to use 3 to 4 colors. These are alcohol markers. You can use regular kid markers. It's really, you don't need something really expensive. It's just that I found the right shades I wanted in these markers. And you will also need some foam. And I'm going to try and use this thicker foam that I have, so it will have even more dimension, because I only have 3 layers. So I want to really have something a bit more visible. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Actually, I have 4 layers. Okay. So now, when you have an image like this, you need to find out, before even printing it out, where and how you're going to cut it. So you're going to have this 3-dimensional card and 3-dimensional effect. So, and of course, this one seemed to be very intricate, but I didn't follow all the lines. I just cut out as close as I could to these main lines here, exactly what I'm going to show you in a minute, so it could look like this. So it doesn't have to be intricate. And because there's this white background here, I wanted to color it in this blue color so it matches the blue here of the ocean, and maybe even a little bit of the sky. So it seems like it's translucent. You can't really see the white space here. So, and you see I've done some color test here. I'm going to cut this one out. You can, if you're interested by this image, I will put you a link where I found it, and as long as it's for personal use, you can use it for your cards. It's not a problem. So I'm just going to cut here Honestly, it's so easy. You don't need to do any intricate cuts. It's just to show you that if for the people that don't have a lot of stamps, I don't have a stamp boat, for example, and I really wanted to have this this image. You can do it, just print it out. It's like now almost everybody's got a printer home, or maybe your friends have a printer that you could use for this. You can go and print it out also at a you know, copy shop, just around the edges. You can speed up if you want to, but you're going to see it doesn't take much time. And I will put some shading as well later. And this is going to be the outline of my boat here. There you go. You could also cut the little birds if you want to. I didn't do that, but you could. I just decided I was going to draw them. Okay, easy. So this is going to be, oh, I didn't cut this piece. There. This is going to be my main image, okay? And now what I decide is where I'm going to cut my second image that's going to come on top. So it needs to be a little smaller. Sometimes you do. I do have some die cuts, stacking or stackable die cuts that I could use, but they're mainly flowers. I don't want to do that for a man. So I've decided that on this image, I was going to cut only this part here. And you can also cut again this part here with the boat. I'm just going to avoid this piece, actually. So I'm going to do this off camera because I think, or maybe I'm going to do the beginning so you'll be able to see it. But it's going to be very simple. I'm starting from here. And I'm going to go around all these pieces. And again, it might look very intricate in the beginning. Oh my goodness, where am I going to cut? But no. You'll see, so easy. I just need to take a look at where I'm going to cut the next piece. I'm going to cut this way first. And I'm going fairly quick here. You could take your time. And I'm going to cut exactly the way I've done before on this side. Should I come a little closer? Maybe. And I'm getting very close. There you go, and this part here. So you see, my second piece is just going to go directly on top there. And I like the fact that's a little bit glossy. And now for my third image, I'm going to cut. Actually, I could do this for a time. I'm going to cut this piece here. And then on my fourth image, I'm going to cut this piece here. I'm going to have another layer. My card is going to be a slightly little different than I've done before. So now I'm going to cut these two pieces here. You need to take a look at how it looks like. Yes. You need to pay attention actually to your image. And I'm just only going to cut this piece here. Don't worry if it's not perfect. It's going to be the general image here. No, not this one. Actually, not this piece here. I'm going to cut this one there. All right. And just need to take a look, and I'm going to cut it here as well, this white space here. And you can see my scissors are almost not moving. It's my paper that I turn around. It gets much easier when you do it this way. And I'm going to cut it here as well. There you go. So this is my third piece, again, that I'm going to put on top here. And what I'm going to do here, I'm also going to cut out, so I'm not going to waste too much, I'm going to cut out this piece as well, just the bottom of the boat. And you'll see after that, it's going to go very quickly. I need to cut it here as well, the back of the boat. How did I do that? There. Yeah, I'm going to cut that piece as well. Actually, there is no wrong or right way. And go back on top of my boat. And I'm going to stop there. How did I do this one? Yeah, I'm going to stop just there. There you go. That's just going to be the bottom of it. All right, this piece was cut out. And now I'm going to use a fourth image. And I'm only going to cut this triangle. So honestly, it seems like there's a lot of waste. But you could maybe use the other pieces to do something else, to do maybe another card, but it's just paper and a little bit of ink. There's not much here. No, I don't need this piece, sorry. Just need this one. And that part here. And this, on this drawing, it's easy to see, but you could do this with any other kind of image. This one is just more intricate, so it's maybe easier to, because we can see the layers, to cut different pieces there. All right, the next step is to start putting some colors. So because my background is going to be blue, I need to fill up this background as well. So it's quite easy to see on this picture where you need to put the sky. So you're going to do this on all the layers. And I'm using a very light blue here. That is going to match my background. So there you go on this side. I'm going to do the same thing here. And here it's also the background. This is just a black and white image. You could probably find an image where you already have the background. I don't mind just coloring it. It's also very relaxing. All these little bits here are the sky, or it can be the sea, actually, the ocean there as well. And we're going to do some shadings a little bit more. This is the background also. And I'm not sure for this part, but I think it's good this way. And a little bit more here. And I would guess here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just a bit realistic. And I would believe here. There you go. Okay, and I want this to look a little bit old anyway. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And you're going to repeat that on your layers. And I go over my marks. And I've just printed out with a inkjet printer. It's not a laser. Take your time. I'm going fairly quickly here just to show you that it's really easy to do. And I know this piece is not going to show up because it's in the background, but still I want this to be, in case, you know, there's a piece that comes off. There you go. This, I'm going to do the same thing here. Every time there's going to be less space to fill. There, and a little bit here. And just a tiny bit also, I forgot this piece here. And a little bit on the outline. Same thing here. Here I'm on almost nothing actually. Just this part. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to take a light gray. I'm not even sure you're going to see this on camera, but I'm just going to shade a little bit more. I'm going to reinforce the shading here of my boat. And these, you already have the shading actually. I'm just reinforcing it because I don't want this to be too dull. And you see it's very simple. Just kind of follow the lines. It's the general aspect that is going to be really nice. Very light gray. It's better to start off with light colors because you can always darken it up a little bit than going too crazy, too dark, and then you won't be able to change that. There you go. I think I should need some white, some blue here. Yep. Makes more sense now. And a bit more on this part as well. I could go even with a darker gray. There you go. Same thing here. I'm just following the lines, nothing fancy, but really it looks nicer. And I'm going to show you the picture with and without so you'll have a better idea of what I'm talking about. You need some contrast to make things more, maybe more realistic. If everything is in gray, it's not going to look nice. Again, a little bit on this piece. And I'm going to add a little bit of color on the boat here as well. Darken this piece there. It's going to go this way. And you don't have to be more precise than this, honestly. There you go. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of orange. Whatever the color, you could use yellow, red, blue, but I think there's enough blue here. So I'm going to go with orange. And it matches really well with the blue. They're complementary colors. They're in opposition on the wheel color. There you go. Okay, I'm going to let this to dry. And now I'm going to take my card, I'm going to start applying some ink. So I didn't even make them. These are sponges, makeup sponges. I just love them to do some shading on my cards. I'm trying to find the right applicator, and actually this one is just perfect. So I'm going to start by a little bit of yellow on the top. And I don't even need to put much here. I think that's going to be plenty enough. And I'm going to let this dry a little bit. It's funny because what I see and what is on the camera is completely different. You can see some marks on the camera, but there's none. When I really look at it, that's funny. Alright, I'm going to let this dry a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of my cards. Just going to be broken china. I love this color. And this paper has some texture, which is really interesting, but you don't have to. I love doing this. I love shading. I love putting some ink in the background, because you decide how you want it to look like. These makeup sponges are actually perfect. They're soft. They don't make any squeaky noises when you apply it. And I like the fact that it's not going to be even. I'm not trying to be making this even because in the water you've got some shades, right? You've got some darker places than others. This is supposed to be the ocean. Okay, I'm just going to leave a little part up there with the yellow. I'm going to put a bit more yellow, I think. Yeah, I'm going to make it brighter. Okay. Now, okay, that's good. Now I'm going to take all my pieces and I'm going to stack them up. I think I need to go to zoom off a little bit. There you go. I'm going to take my first one and I'm already, you can apply it directly flat, but I'm going to put some dimension on the back. Alright, just before applying all this, what I'm going to do first is apply my sentiment. So it's the same that I'm going to use. I love you. You could use, again, Happy Father's Day, or Happy Birthday, Happy Retirement for whatever reason. It's just a man's card. And I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to use the same color, the same blue broken china that I've used for my background. There you go. And now I'm going to apply all my layers. So I've taken all the backs of it. And I'm going to start, of course, by the bigger image. And I'm going to center it here. Yep, I like it. Now my second biggest, that I'm going to put just on top. Third one here. No, it's this way. Oh, and I should have cut another piece on top. There's one piece I think missing. Did I forget to cut it off? I can't remember. My goodness. Sometimes I lose some of my memory. I did cut another piece. And last but not least, that I've cut a itty bitty part for this piece here. I'm going to glue it just there. There you go. And I think that because you see my foam is thicker, it looks a bit more, there's more shadows, it looks more 3D on this one than on this one. So having some dimensionals that are thicker are important. So what you can do if you don't have different sizes is that you can just stack them up. Instead of putting just one layer of foam, put two. And I'm sure you can see that there's the shadow here much better than here, and as well here on this part. And I think I don't even know if I need to put another layer here, but I could. But I think actually it's quite thick enough. I like it this way. And now, just as for an embellishment, I'm going to put these birds in the sky. Need to make this one a bit bigger because it's closer. I'm just going to put two. And these embellishments I have found lately, and I think they're going to be perfect. Am I going to use the same? No, I might use this one here. This one here. What am I going to use? Let's see. Yeah, it's better because this one is a bit bigger. I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to use liquid glue because it's just a wooden piece, so this side looks older, so I want to have a old effect. Just a few dabs of glue. And the same here. And there you go. Your card is finished. What I have done on the other one, and I'm going to add here too, is a little bit of shadow under my boat. I've made something much darker here. This is lighter. I don't know what's best. I think I'm going to go for darker, actually. I think darker is going to be better. A little bit. That's good enough. Here is your card finished. Honestly, it didn't take that long to cut the pieces out. Use some thick foam. You can do this with any kind of images. This one was quite easy because you could see already the 3D effect. Again, you could do this with any kind of sports, fishing. You could do fish. You can do the lines. You can do so many things. The background, the river. It's just to give you an idea that you don't have the right stamps you need for something very special to somebody you know. Well, find another way. Printing it out is so cheap. It's just cost you a piece of paper. Even though I used photo paper, it's glossy. Honestly, it doesn't cost that much, the paper. Not so many ink because I did a lot of the inking in the drawing here. So it's really cheap, very easy, no much materials used. Please, if you like this video, give me some thumbs up. It's important to me. Don't forget to leave me your comments. I love reading you, or just if you want to come and say hello. And don't worry, I'll put the link to this specific ship on where I found it on under the description. And also share on social media, share on Google, share on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Thank you so much. Take care and see you soon.